Today we're going to talk about jobs and queues in Laravel, why it is important and why we need them to improve the performance and the user experience of your application. We will continue building out our API and we will transform our user registration to use job queues instead of sending emails directly when the user is registered. Hey guys, I'm Dan and this is PixelFix. And I'm here to hopefully help you understand jobs and queues in Laravel a little bit better. So if you like these kinds of videos, please hit the subscribe button and the notifications icon so you don't miss out when I upload more content like this. Also, if you like this video and you found it useful, please give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. All right, so let's jump in and look at jobs and queues. Okay, so if we head over to Laravel documentation, we can see under the prerequisites for the database driver, we need to run these two commands. So let's head back over to VS Code and run the required commands. The first command is basically setting up the queue table migration, and then when that's complete, we can run the migration command, which is php artisan migrate. All right, and our database table has been created. Okay, so in one of the previous episodes, which I'll link down below, we created the registration controller. We also set up the notifications email, the welcome email notification. And so basically this is the notification which we're going to transform in order to use the queue service. Now, using the queue service in order to send a welcome email or any email for that matter is a very common practice. Sending emails can take between 3 and 5 seconds to send. And for an end user to wait 3 to 5 seconds for a page to refresh or for anything to happen on the screen is a very long time. Okay, so let's head over to Postman just to see how long it takes for an email to send. So I've already pre-filled some information and I'm not going to stop the video. We're going to see how long it takes once I click the send button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost 5 seconds to send an email. And I'm using Mailtrap, and as you can see, the welcome email notifications come through. Okay, so back in VS Code, within our notification, if you scroll to the top, you'll see that this should queue contract gets automatically imported or gets automatically added once you create a notification. Now, all that we need to do in order to transform this notification to a queue notification or to a job that can be queued or a notification that can be queued is to implement this contract. And we can simply do this by adding the implements should queue right here. Okay, so next what we need to do is to enable the database driver. And we can do this by looking at the queue config. And as you can see, the default is set to sync, which means no queuing is going to happen. Okay, so what we can do is we can take this key, the queue connection key, and go into our env file and look for that key. So you can see it's already present. If it's not, you can just simply add it and then change the sync to be database. Okay, so if we head over to Postman, let's just update our email address. Now, once we click send, it should almost instantly return our user details that we've registered. And there you go. As you can see, it was a lot quicker. Okay, so let's head over to the database and look at the jobs table. Okay, now under my database, I've got another table called jobs. And if I select the rows of that table, I can see there's one entry. Okay, now if I expand this payload and look at the information, I can see that it is a notification or a welcome email notification in the queue. Okay, so next what we want to do is to dispatch this job using the php artisan command. In a production environment, this is normally where you would set up a cron job or a scheduled task or whatever automated process you use within the server architecture of your choice. Okay, so now to do this with the artisan command, we'll just call php artisan queue work. Now this command is not just only going to dispatch the current jobs in the queue, it also sets up a queue listener. So whenever we trigger another job that should be queued, it will automatically listen for it and dispatch it as needed. So now back in MySQL Workbench, if we refresh this, our queue table or our jobs table should be clean. And there it is. is clean, it means that the job has been dispatched. And if we head over to Mailtrap, we should be able to see that new notification came in. Okay, now in order to show you how this queue worker works, we can head over to Postman and register another account and see how it basically dispatches it for us. And there we go. The email has been sent successfully. And if we head back to MySQL and we refresh our jobs table, you see it is empty again. And back in VS Code, we can see that the second email was successfully processed and dispatched. Okay, so just to recap, the 4 things you need to do in order for your queue to work. Firstly, to run the command to set up the migration. Secondly, to run your actual migration. Thirdly, to add the should queue contract onto your notification. And lastly, set up the database driver in your env file by changing the queue connection to be database. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And I really hope this episode helped you understand the basics of jobs and queues in Laravel just a little bit easier. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do it now. And also remember to click the notifications icon so you don't miss out when I upload more content like this. Until the next episode, guys, see you later.